Hey, English learners. Welcome back to English You Never Learned.
The podcast where we make learning English fun and easy. I'm Leo.
And I'm Emma. Today, we've got a fun topic for you talking about your weekend plans in English. Weekends are something we all look forward to, and talking about what you'll be doing can be a great way to practice your speaking skills.
That's right. Whether you're catching up on sleep, going out with friends, or exploring new hobbies, discussing your weekend plans is a real-life conversation topic that will help you sound more natural when speaking English.
Exactly. Today, we'll give you all the phrases and vocabulary you need to talk about your weekend plans with confidence. And we'll even help you make your conversation more interesting with some fun ways to ask questions and keep things flowing.
Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this episode with a friend who's learning English. We want to help more people like you practice speaking confidently.
Now, let's get started. So, first, let's talk about how you can introduce your weekend plans in English.
The easiest way to start talking about your weekend plans is to just say what you're going to do. You can start with a simple phrase like, this weekend, I'm going to, or I'm planning to.
That's right. For example, this weekend I'm going to visit my family, or I'm planning to watch a movie with my friends on Saturday night.
Exactly. You can also use I'll to make it sound a bit more casual. I'll probably just relax at home. Or, I'll go shopping on Sunday.
That's a good point. It's important to remember that weekend plans don't have to be super detailed. Even just saying I'm going to take it easy is a great way to express that you don't have specific plans, but are still looking forward to the weekend.
Absolutely. And sometimes you can also use I'm thinking about if you're not totally sure what you're going to do. For example, I'm thinking about going hiking on Sunday, but I haven't decided yet.
Once you've shared your own plans, it's nice to ask about other people's plans too. Asking questions about weekend plans is a great way to keep the conversation going.
Exactly. You can start with simple questions like, what are you doing this weekend? Or, do you have any plans for the weekend?
And you can also ask more specific questions like, are you going anywhere this weekend? Or, do you have any fun plans for Saturday?
If you're curious about someone's schedule, you could ask, what time are you going to the party on Saturday? Or, what time does your flight leave on Sunday?
These questions help you learn more about the other person's weekend and give you the chance to share more details about your own plans. And remember, asking follow-up questions keeps the conversation going.
Now, let's talk about describing your weekend activities. It's one thing to say you're going to do something, but describing it in more detail can make your conversation more interesting.
Yes, exactly. For example, instead of just saying, I'm going to the movies, you could say, I'm going to see a new action movie at the cinema. I've been excited to watch it for weeks.
Or instead of saying, I'll hang out with friends, you could say, I'm meeting my friends for brunch on Sunday morning, and then we're going to the park to play soccer.
Great examples. You can also use time expressions to explain when things will happen. For example, on Saturday afternoon, I'm going to the beach, or I'll meet up with my friends around 7 p.m.
Time expressions are key for describing your plans. In the morning, at night, on Saturday, and this weekend are all great phrases to help set the time for your activities.
Right. And you can also say, I'm planning to, for things you're thinking about doing but haven't decided for sure yet. For example, I'm planning to do some shopping this weekend, but I'm not sure if I'll have time.
Sometimes we have uncertain plans, or we're still figuring out what we're going to do. In these situations, you can use phrases like, I'm not sure yet, I'm still deciding, or I haven't made up my mind.
For example, I haven't decided what to do this weekend yet. I might go hiking, but I also might just stay home and relax.
You could also say, I'm still figuring it out, or I don't have anything planned yet, but I'm thinking about going to a concert on Saturday night.
These kinds of phrases show that you're still in the process of deciding what to do, which is totally normal for weekend plans.
What about things that might change? Sometimes our weekend plans change last minute, and we want to explain that in English. You can say things like, I was planning to go to the beach, but the weather looks bad, so I'm thinking about staying home instead.
Or, I was supposed to meet my friends on Saturday, but something came up, so we're going to meet on Sunday instead.
You can also use if to talk about possible plans. For example, if the weather is nice, I'll go for a hike. Or, if I have time, I'll visit my parents.
Great point. Using conditional phrases like this makes it clear that your plans are flexible and can change depending on certain things.
Now, what if you're talking about your past weekend plans? This can be a great way to practice your speaking and to connect with others.
If you want to talk about something you did last weekend, you can use phrases like, last weekend I went to the beach, or I spent Saturday afternoon at the park.
You can also use, I had a great time, or I really enjoyed. For example, last weekend I had a great time going to the movies with my friends, or I really enjoyed my weekend trip to the mountains.
And don't forget to use past tense verbs to describe what you did. Instead of I'm going to play soccer, you'll say, I played soccer. Or instead of I'm going to see a movie, you'll say, I saw a movie.
So far, we've covered how to talk about your weekend plans, ask about others' plans, and describe your activities. But what if you're talking to someone who has very different plans than you?
That's a great question, Leo. If someone tells you they're doing something completely different from you, you can respond in a friendly way by saying, that sounds fun, or I wish I could do that too. For example, you're going to a music festival? That sounds amazing.
Or, if you're surprised by their plans, you could say, wow, that's exciting. I'm just planning to relax this weekend.
Exactly. And even if your plans are different, you can find common ground. For example, I love hiking too. I'll have to try that trail next time.
All right, Emma, let's wrap up today's episode with a quick review. Talking about your weekend plans in English is all about using simple phrases to describe what you're going to do, asking questions to keep the conversation going, and adding details to make the conversation more interesting.
That's right. Whether you're talking about your plans for the weekend, asking someone about theirs, or sharing details about what you're doing, these phrases will help you feel confident and natural.
So, don't be shy. The next time someone asks you about your weekend plans, you'll be ready to describe them in English with ease.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's also learning English. We'd love to help more people get better at speaking.
Thanks for listening, everyone. This was the English You Never Learned podcast. Until next time, keep speaking and remember, make the most of your weekend and talk about it in English.
Bye, everyone.